So let me see if I got this right here. You have a running back who fell into your laps undrafted in the draft, who goes for 9 carries, 129 yards on the ground, 16 yards receiving, for all intents and purposes, and at least the last time I can remember, there may have been another big burst touchdown like this, but the longest rushing touchdown that I've seen the Steelers have since Super Bowl 40, 17 years ago. And you have 2 drives to try and win the game with time on your side, and you find a way to lose. What is going on, everybody? Good Sunday evening. Hope you're having a good Sunday evening, Steeler Nation. I know Browns fans are, but I am Mac, back with another video as always. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Link is in the box down below. Yes, as you can tell, I am not a happy camper in this one. I have a lot of animosity and a lot of venom in this video. So if you're wearing headphones, I strongly suggest you turn the volume down because I am gonna absolutely destroy this offense. The only offensive thing about the Steelers is how offensive this offense is. We lose 13-10 to the Cleveland Browns today. Which, hey, if you saw any of my videos before the season began, I'm like, you know what? I don't expect us to sweep a division opponent this year. I don't. I'm not pissed that we lost. I'm pissed at the way we lost. Okay? Because we all knew coming into this game, the Browns defense was going to be tough to score on. The Browns defense was going to be tough to solve. And this is why week 2 against them was one of the luckiest wins we've ever had in my lifetime. And why I sit down here every week say, I'll take the win, but this needs to happen. I'll take the win, but this is concerning. I'll take the win, but this needs to improve. You see why now? It's not because I have an agenda. It's not because I'm negative. It's because it is the truth. This team is 6-4, but there are some massive strikes against them. So, where do I possibly start with today's game? How about I start with our absolute trash can of a quarterback? Yes, I'm saying it right now. Kenny Pickett is god-awful. I have had it with this quarterback. How many damn checkdowns is this guy going to throw? How many times on the run is he going to attempt to pass while he's staring down his first read? He never surveys the damn field, and he never makes a smart decision with the ball. It's one thing if you're getting outplayed as a quarterback, and it's one thing to struggle against a physical branded defense like Jim Schwartz's Browns have. You get outplayed by Dorian Thompson-Robinson, their third string backup quarterback, who literally got the green light to play today because A, Deshaun Watson is out for the rest of the season undergoing surgery, and B, because PJ Walker just never makes the cut and you get outplayed him. 94 yards passing for Kenny Pickett today. 0 touchdowns again. And the same problems occur. First read. Oh, I'm going to force a pass. I'm never going to try and, make a play with my feet. It's funny. CBS kept showing updates from that Titans-Jaguars game down in Jacksonville. And at least 2 of them showed plays where Trevor Lawrence found his first read, but they were being locked down. Second read, locked down. Third read, locked down. And at that moment, it's like, you know what? I'm going to take this myself and run it in for a touchdown. That's what it is with Kenny Pickett. When you are a quarterback, especially in today's league, You have to have split-second decisions, baby. Split-second decisions. Kenny Pickett don't have that. His mind moves too slow. How many damn drives and how many plays is it going to take for this quarterback to process a decision? How many? He was missing guys again. He was staring down receivers again. All things considered, he did make a couple of plays with his legs today, but that was it. This guy absolutely sucks. And the worst thing about it is that we're stuck with him until his rookie contract is up. Because, hey, I am not disagreeing with the fact that any Steeler fans, when 2025 rolls around and Kenny Pickett still stinks up the joint with us and he doesn't make any improvement, it's like, hey, let's take a quarterback in 2025 and get rid of Kenny Pickett. I'm done with him. Okay? I've said it for weeks on end with him now. I'm done with him. All you Kenny Pickett apologist fans, all you Kenny Pickett stands and apologists in my comment section, oh, the receivers just need to make the catches. Oh, he gets no protection from his offensive line. Oh, Matt Canada's play calling sucks too. Hey, you're right about that at least. Matt Canada fucking sucks. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. But stop putting all the blame on that and open up your eyes. Kenny Pickett don't have the heart. He don't play like a Steeler. I don't care how many game-winning drives or comebacks that he has. They do that because of the defense and the run game. When are you stands and apologists gonna realize that? I've had it with this guy. I really have. Constantly locked on one guy. Never surveys the field. Never makes smart decisions with the football. Oh, but he's gone 6 games without throwing a pick, Mac. Who cares? If you can't process a decision in a split second, if you can't come up with a final decision to make in an instant because your favorite guy is being locked down, you are not a quarterback in this league. Period, point blank. So miss me with him not throwing an interception in 6 games. Miss me with him cutting back on the turnovers. He is at best a game manager, and that's not what we're looking for here. I've had it with this guy. I really have. Now, let's get on to Matt Canada. In back-to-back weeks, this Steeler offense, and by the way, once again, the Steelers get outgained by their opponent. The Browns had 10 more yards total than us today. So that's now 10 games in 11 weeks where the Steelers have been outgained and we're somehow still 6-4. So just let that sink into your mind. Anyway, let's get on to the 3 drives that absolutely made me ballistic for this game today. And if you were in my stream, yins all saw it. Bonehead drive number 1. The first drive of the game for us. I sat down here and was like, you know what? This was the worst. Every week I've sat down and it was like, this is the worst Steeler drive I've ever seen in my life. This is the worst Steeler offense I've ever seen in my life. Our opening drive today, I am not even shitting you, may have been the worst drive I have ever seen the Steelers have in my life. You stop the Browns at midfield to start the game off after they pick up a couple of first downs. Okay? They punt the ball to you. And you get pinned back deep at about the 8 or 9 yard line. The point is, the Steelers had to go over 90 yards to drive down the field and get a touchdown. And if you want to take a wild fucking guess as to what happened, they didn't do it. But that's the least of the worries. First play, Kenny Pickett gets bulldozed over by Myles Garrett for a loss of 8 for a sack. Damn near a safety. Should have been a safety, actually. And it's like, you know what? Fine, that was a terrible way to start the drive, but now it's 2nd and 18. At that point, Yes, I know running the ball is what got you momentum on offense. I get that. But at that point, it's 2nd and 18. You're pushed back at your own end zone. You have to pick up a first down. What does Matt Canada do? He runs the damn ball on 2nd and 18, and it was almost a safety. What the fuck are you doing? And then you pass it on 3rd down for an easy 3 and out to start the game. Terrible way to start the game for us, and that was a tone setter for the entire afternoon. That's bonehead drive number 1. Bonehead drive number 2. You fast forward to the 4th quarter. You're tied at 10. You get the ball with 5 minutes and 47 seconds to go after your defense once again stopped the Browns. And they even spotted you a turnover prior. But I'm not going to get into that one because these 2 drives were more imperative. But you stop the Browns again and get the ball with 5:47. And this is where, once again, I always get on with Mike Tomlin and the coaching staff. You have 2 timeouts remaining. The Browns have 2 timeouts remaining. The Cleveland Browns cannot challenge another play for the rest of the game because they used their 2 challenges and lost both of them. So why is it that you get conservative on with 5:47 to go with your running back who has demolished the Browns defense all day today, and you don't even use him once on that drive? You run 2 pass plays and run the ball with Najee Harris and go 3, or you pick up a first down, and then you don't do anything else with it, and you're forced to give it back to the Browns. That drive should have gone to the 2-minute warning. You should have had Cleveland use their 2 timeouts, go down, kick a field goal at the very least to win the game, have DTR try and beat you. That was bonehead drive number 2. And then bonehead drive number 3. Defense once again stops the Browns. You get the ball back under the 2-minute warning. Now the Browns only have 1 timeout left, and you can still use your final timeout. So now you're under the 2-minute warning, and you have a second chance to burn the clock once again when time is on your side. And I must stress again, your running back has over 100 yards on the ground. And you're in good position to tire out the Browns defense, and you're in good position to bleed out the clock and have them use that last timeout and have DTR try and fucking beat you. Instead of that drive where you ran the ball once at least, you go 3 straight pass plays, and Kenny Pickett misses all of them because he never surveys the field and always misses targets. What happened to running the ball? How do you just stop your game plan? This team has no football sense at all. They really don't. They have no football common sense. They have no clue how to close out a game. And like I said at the beginning, those comeback wins was because of luck and because of other teams' misfortunes. We all know if you take Jaylen Warren, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and JPJ at this point off this team, this is by far a bottom 3 team in the league. I am not kidding. The defense today, all things considered, I thought the defense did well enough to win today. Sure, Amari Cooper had a couple of big catches. Sure, David Njoku had a couple of big plays, and they allowed a touchdown. They only allowed 1 touchdown today, And it was, a play that needed to be reviewed because it was questionable if Jerome Ford even crossed the plane. Which, if you look at the aerial view of it that CBS was showing, yes, he barely crossed the plane. But that was really all that the defense allowed today. But the pass rush, good God. Today was like if you took week 1 against the 49ers and week 4 against Houston, and they got married. Today was their baby. Because just like the 49er game couldn't get jack shit going offensively except for the run game, i.e. Jaylen Warren, who is the fucking MVP of this offense. And just like in the Houston game, there was little to no pressure today on DTR. Yeah, TJ Watt got him one time. He sacked him one time today in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. Where was the pass rush today? That guy DTR, it's not like he even played great. He played average for what he was supposed to do, but he didn't play great. But my God, man, he could have sat back there, ordered like 3 pizzas from Domino's, put his feet up, drank a beer, watched the entire Star Wars trilogy, and he still would have had time to complete a pass. He was so untouched. Where was the pass rush? Where? But other than that, I thought the defense did well enough to win. Browns did drop a lot of passes again. And with all the crap that we did wrong, we still had a chance to win the game until those 2 drives where you screwed up massively on offense occurred and you blew it. It is unbelievable how badly this team played today. And it really does remind me, it really does remind a lot of older Steeler fans of like at this point of like the mid to late 90s. The defense was good. Defense was keeping them in the game. Let down by the quarterback and let down by the offense again. Super Bowl 30 ring a bell. Hate to bring up painful memories, older Steeler fans, but a Super Bowl 30 ring a bell? It's not like the Cowboys dominated on offense. Steelers defense locked down the Cowboys in that Super Bowl, let down by Neil O'Donnell throwing 2 interceptions. That's what this Steeler team reminds me of. Except for the fact that we're nowhere near a Super Bowl contender. This team has a ton of work to do. And you want to know what they can start with? That they should have done a month ago at least? Matt Canada, get in the Hampton Hotels in Cleveland, downtown, and just stay there. Do not take that team bus down to Cincinnati next week. You're trash, bro. And Kenny Pickett, why don't you join him? I'm done with him. I stopped making excuses for him weeks ago against Jacksonville. I kept criticizing him for the other 2 games that he had against Tennessee and Green Bay because once again, he played poorly. Well, maybe not poorly against Tennessee. He did very average against Tennessee. Oh, but last week against Green Bay, he stunk up the joint. And now you see why last week we beat the Packers in spite of him. Because we weren't so lucky today against the Browns. Kenny Pickett is absolute trash. And I just don't know why, when he's being evaluated for a concussion on a QB sneak, why you just don't put Mason Rudolph in. What do you have to lose with Mason Rudolph? Mitch Trubisky sucks as well. Mason Rudolph has never gotten his chance. What have you got to lose? And just seeing how Josh Dobbs continues to just have solid week after solid week after solid week, be it with the Cardinals or the Vikings, it's like, really? Are you sure you wanted to give up on Josh Dobbs that easily? Because I really think if Josh Dobbs was still here, this offense could be better. Not amazing, but it could be a hell of a lot better than what it is right now. I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand how a team can just have 0 football IQ, 0 clock management abilities, and not be able to come up with and not be able to have a good brain in between your head in the most important part of the game. Like I said, those 6 comeback wins, it was not because of Kenny Pickett. It was because of the defense and because of other teams having bad moments and brain farts, drop passes, untimely interceptions. That's why we won the games that we did. And now you see why in a game like this. I am not a guy who sits down here and is like, we beat ourselves for this game. But Steeler fans, I 100% understand if you want to use that for today. Because we did beat ourselves. We did not help ourselves in any way today. One of the most important games of the season for us. And we absolutely just blow it because of our own incompetence and we can't get out of our own way. If we lose to Jake Browning and the Cincinnati Bengals next week, this team doesn't even deserve to sniff the playoffs. We really don't. I mean, I don't think we deserve the playoffs either way, but good Lord, if Kenny Pickett can get outplayed by DTR, he can certainly get outplayed by Jake Browning. That's how low I have fallen from Kenny Pickett. It really is. He got outplayed by a third-string quarterback who was literally scheduled pretty much at the last minute to start for today. The Browns may have wanted to go with P.J. Walker. I don't know the full story of that. Maybe a Browns fan can fill me in the comments below. But from what I saw, he got outplayed by a third-string quarterback. And yinz want to say that he's the starter of this franchise going forward? Cool. You're only saying that because he went to Pitt. You're only saying that because he's a fan favorite. If he was anybody else, you'd be throwing him on the street. And you stands and you apologists know that damn well. You'd be treating him the same way that I'm treating him. Okay? I have zero faith in Kenny Pickett. I have zero faith in Matt Canada. They both have to do complete 180s for me to fully trust them again, and now I've lost their trust completely. Those 2 weeks against Tennessee and Green Bay, flukes. If I was Jaylen Warren, I'd be incredibly pissed off at this offense, knowing that, hey, I'm busting my ass out here, going up against the best defense in the league, over 100 yards on the ground. God bless you, Jaylen Warren. God bless you. He has every right to be upset with this, pissed off with this freaking offense and this offensive coordinator. And it's like, damn, man, I'm busting my ass out there. You can't even give me one carry in the most important aspect of the game when we're trying to win against our longtime rival. What a joke. What an absolute joke. So anyways, we lose it 13-10. We're 6-4 somehow. You better get your shit together next week, guys. You better get it together. It's another divisional game. It's against another team that's having, quarterback misery this year. You better find a way to win. You better come into that game pissed off about today and get a win over the Bengals. And that's all I got for this video. I've ranted on long enough. 23 and a half minutes. That's all I really need. Let me know what yinz think down in the comments below. This is Mac checking on out for the day. I'll see you in my Monday morning, and I am gone.